Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here, and let me get through this like usual. I don't know this picture, and this is a non-paid video. Alright, okay. So, here's the thing. And this what if, this part, the USJ is gonna be near the end because I am having Deku do something and meet somebody. Alright? I am having him meet an old friend of, well, hiei. Because he's gonna come through from the demon world into My Hero Academia, and well, because he was chasing down a demon, and Deku's just gonna come in and just whoop, cut off the guy's head. It's a demon. So Deku does that, and all that, and that's gonna be well, a little bit before the USJ. Also, Eri. I don't know why I just want Eri to come in. So yeah. I did forget to put like on my Carnage one. I wanted to put Eri before the forest train arc, and I didn't. So I was like, I want to have her come in, but yeah, I had that whole entire idea. So I may as well go back and like retcon it when I make that video again, just so I could put Eri in and like explain how it happened before I start that. What if Deku was Carnage? What if? That part. But anyways, in this one, Kurama is gonna. Well, actually, I'll get his full name, but all I know is it's Kurama, and he is basically gonna be hiei again. Well, he's gonna be Deku, who is gonna look like hiei, and he's gonna be surprised that hiei is here, and Deku will just look at him like he wouldn't recognize him. Deku's also being trained by hiei, so yeah, and Deku has been going around and killing people. Well, not people, just like demon people, and they've been just been murdering people, innocent people. So Deku basically becomes a vigilante while he's in UA. So, and he doesn't use anything else besides his sword and the telekinesis. That's it. He doesn't use nothing else. So yeah. But anyways, where I left last time I left off was at when Mirako was talking to him about how he told that he used a sword to cut Ida's armor off, and well, it looked like he was about to kill him by his perspective, Ida's. So yeah. So that's time where I left off. Also, I was trying to find out on how can I make an intro, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put into it. So that's why I posted on on the community. I figured out a way how to do it. Now I just need to figure out what I want in it, and make an intro and outro. So yeah. Also, the Discord thing, I may not really make one. I mean, I was working on it, and now I'm just thinking about like not really doing anything to it anymore. Like I don't. I was interested in making it, and it's just like I just stopped because of college and everything else. So Discord, just I just have it for myself. Keep in touch with friends and or friends mostly or whatever, and yeah, that's it. And also, here's another thing: if I made somebody an admin, it's not because you're gonna ask. it's gonna be because I knew you long enough. So basically, whoever's an admin and like someone I invited to like the basically my the Discord for the channel and somebody I know, that is the reason why. I won't make admins just for people to like ask. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but that's it. So it's like I have to know you to trust because I don't trust people very much anymore. So I don't really have great trust issues. I'm not, I have trust issues, so I don't really trust people much, and I've been working on that. But it's just like you ask me, I'm gonna think that's suspicious, like right away. As soon as you really, if you got onto like for the for the channel Discord, I would have been like, okay, you asked right away. This is really suspicious. Just because you had your own doesn't mean I'm gonna give you freaking admin privileges. Sorry, it's just I was thinking about this for a while now, and I was just thinking of like if anyone asked, so I just wanted to let you guys know. I am not, making a Discord. No, like for right now, I'm not making one until I get like everything situated, like schoolwork and all that. So yeah. Enough of me complaining. Enough of me like ranting on or like complaining about my life. And let's just get into this video. This is what if Deku was cheated on and had hiei's powers, part 2. So after the heroes versus villains, Deku gets back into class. Aizawa's teaching, and when they have like a little bit of a break, Deku just grabs his phone and puts on some music. After a few minutes of just him listening to it, Bakugo comes up to him and he goes, "Oi, Deku," and he knows Deku doesn't have his head. I mean, he knows Deku has his headphones in, so he knows he hates being called Deku. So he takes it out and goes like, "What, Pomeranian?" He goes, "You want to go, talk?" He goes, and he just looks around the classroom. He sees Araka. He just says, "Yeah, sure, let's go, Bakugo." He goes, "All right, Zuko." So basically, they leave the classroom and they go for a walk. Bakugo got his butt whooped so badly. He went to recovery girl. She healed him, and like he has like a splint for his one arm. So yeah, and they go to like a vending machine. Deku pays for it. He gets a drink for Bakugo. Says, "Sorry about that beating I gave you, man." He goes, "I deserved it, Zuko." Well, I mean, not really, but had to look believable, right? He goes, "Yeah, I was, I was trolling back my punches." He goes, "But still, you hit me like a mother trucker." Bakugo says to him, he was like, "Yeah, I know. Demon powers, right?" And Bakugo says, "Yeah. Still, though, demons. I mean, I know I saw them before, but I still can't believe it." Hey, did you hear about the news? Some more people have been dying lately. Unknown reasons. Is it them? The demons? Deku just nods. He goes, "Yeah. I already looked into it." "So, the ninja of the city's gonna be coming out tonight, huh?" Bakugo says, "Well, yeah, yeah, yeah." It's not like I have a choice. These demons are freaking way more powerful than quirks, you know. But still, they give a run for the money at least. People. As Bakugo says, "I know what you mean." Anyways, what are we gonna do about Uraraka if she tries to come up to you? Also, what was with you getting Jiro's and that third year's number? Deku just shrugs and goes like, "Maybe I got two girls interested in me." Hmm? Baku just says, "Whatever." And Deku just kind of like, how can I say this? Deku just laughing at this a little bit. He goes like, So the eye on your head, what can it do? Deku just says that could read people's minds, basically telekinesis, and te- basically I can also erase memories. He just says, "Wait, what? You can literally erase people's memories?" I was like, "Yeah, along with I don't get mind controlled." Mago just kind of grins at this. So wait, if anyone had a mind control quirk, you cannot be controlled. And he goes, "Yeah, and I can control them." He goes, "Really?" And Deku goes, "Really?" So I mean, Deku like opened up Baku's drink, and they just and then he opens his up, and then they start drinking their soda. And well, he goes, "Well, gotta get back to class before Aizawa gets back." I hate school, Baku says, and Deku says, "I know what you mean. I'd rather be out there fighting." And Baku just Baku laughed and goes like, "Well, knowing that you're freaking, it's not your fault that you were given demon powers without your knowing." Deku says, "Yeah, true. But hey, I became way more freaking awesome, haven't I?" Baku says, "Yeah, but not as awesome as me." They both just laugh at this and they just get back to the classroom. So the next day happened. Well, the whole entire day, goes normally, and then like the next day, it's well, it's not a school day. It's like a Saturday. Yeah, no, it's a Sunday. No, no, no. Yeah, it's just a Saturday. They have off. So Deck is just walking around the city. Just mind his own business. Had his sword out, wearing a black shirt, pants, sneakers, and well, he's just enjoying like the city. And then he just goes to where people were basically hurt and attacked and killed. He goes there and just investigates it. He can already tell that there's a strange, no, there's like a smell in the air, and he goes, "Yep, it's definitely a demon." Those freakers always have this almost similar smell. Ugh. Because I'm saying like demons from Yu Yu Hakusho and people from My Hero Academia have a way different smell. Yeah, they like the demons from Yu Yu Hakusho smell a little bit more like foul and just stink. So yeah, so that's how Deku knows. So he just like follows it, and he finds into a old an old storage building. So Deku decides to go in. And when he does, he doesn't see nothing. But well, when he does go in, he doesn't see nothing at first. So he starts walking around. A couple minutes, like 10 minutes of him walking, he turns a corner and then he sees bones, like bones. And he goes, "Well, whoever that was unlucky." So he starts following the trail of it because there's more than one. And then he finds the demon's location. So when he puts his head in the corner, he just looks at it, and it's just feeding right now. And Deku just says, "Idiots. These things are always idiots." He says, "Well, you better be careful with that one. That's at least a B rank demon. The ones you've been taking down were D ranks. D to E ranks." And Deku says, "Wow, what's the difference?" He says, "Because B ranks are a little more difficult than them." So Deku just he goes like he sneaks in, very quietly until he gets near the guy. And then, well, not guy, I mean the demon. And then next thing you know, he has his hand on fire. And then he says, "Fist of the mortal flame!" And then he just punches like the demon right in the side. His fist does go into it, into the demon's side basically, through his skin, and it just starts screaming in pain. As Deku then pulls it out, grabs the sword, and then just start slicing at it as it screams in more pain. As Deku, basically he backs away. He goes like, who who are? And basically the demon recognizes. He goes, he, I didn't know you were here. Is this your territory, man? I'm sorry. Deku just looks at him and goes like, well, big bad demon's a scaredy cat. I didn't know that. And this demon, is not a cat. It's more like a snake, a lizard, plus fish, like demon. So he goes like, "Hey, come on. I mean, we don't know each other, but you gotta let me live. These people here, they're so tasty. I can't help myself. Their souls and their flesh taste so good." He says. Deku just gets annoyed by this and disgusted. He goes, "Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you." Deku, basically says to him. He goes like, "Because we're friends." And he in his mind says he's not. So Deku just says, "Sorry, I don't remember us being friends." And then then the lizard fish jumps right at him, just saying, "Die, you freaker!" Because he knows he's gonna die anyways. As Deku is about to just cut him, all of a sudden a red rose, goes right into the demon's head, piercing it and killing him, basically. As Deku looks over, and Hiei says, wait, give me a minute. Yep, it is Kurama, but I think it's called Suichi. Suichi Kurama. Yeah, I think it's Suichi Kurama. So I'm just gonna call him that. If I'm just gonna call him Kurama, but from the anime, he's Suichi, which I do not own him. Own the character's name and all that. But anyways, so Hiei says that Izuku, that's a little friend of mine, Kurama. Basically he comes out though, but he has the red hair, the normal school uniform from Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, the normal outfit that he wore. And he goes, "Hiei, I didn't know you were here." And Deku just says, "I ain't Hiei." He goes, "Huh?" And then he just says, "My name is Izuku Midoriya. I belong here, but I don't have a quirk, as you've probably been here for a while, as the looks of it, since you're wearing a school's uniform." As he goes, "Oh yes, I've been here around here just to try to blend in, but it seems like every time I go around the city at this time, people thought I was a student, so they always asked if I was in school or not. And what about you?" He was like, "I'm trying to become a hero. So I'm in high school, UA." He goes, "Oh, really?" I didn't know he would find a person to basically become a hero. And Deku says, I know. I mean, dark, gloomy, doesn't really care about much besides his own sister. Didn't know he would choose someone like me. But hey, I'm not complaining much. I got power. I got strength. My best friend would have picked on me, really, if I didn't have any. So, whatever. So, Deku just lights the body, with the dead corpse on fire. And he goes, the dragon of the darkness, says the dark dragon, or the black dragon's flames. He goes, "Yeah, don't worry. It's not really me, summoning it or using it, right? I'm just able to use flames that are black, that are basically black. So let's go. Let's get out of here." So him and Deku leave. They walk out of the building. They just start walking. Kurama is basically asking him like how's his life been and all that. He says good. Hiei's been watching him though for because he's been inside his head, and well, I haven't used any of his powers until a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago actually. He goes, really? What was the reason why? Hey, and Deku just tells him he did not want, me to have all the power yet, but I've been training with him, my physical body you know, to the point where I'm always in pain. Okay, hold on. I need to go eat something, guys. Hold on. Hey, everyone. I'm just gonna be making a sandwich right now while continuing on with this. So yeah, he's just telling Kurama basically the story on how he unlocked it and all that, which Kurama is kind of like shocked about it, shocked about it and everything, but hey, it helped out Deku, so he's like, alright, is it, if you don't mind me calling you that. He just says not at all, he is friend's my friend. So, he does ask about, Hiei's life, well, I mean, really, from his point of view. And Kurama basically just tells him, at first it was a depressing and sad life. No offense to Hiei, he says, which Hiei says none taken. It's true. He then basically says after meeting, his friends, Yusuke and I need to remember. I need to look at this guy's name real quick. Oh yeah, okay. So after meeting Kurobara, he changed. To become less mean and gloomy and dark to being a little bit more open and kind. But after Kurobara's death, he did take it a little bit personal. Even though he didn't want to admit it, they were somewhat good friends. Yusuke is, alive and all, but he's a little bit different. He's not gonna lie. Sorry, just hungry. You want to have this video come out soon. I can, because I'm not gonna be up very long tonight. I am just, anyways, Yusuke did take it pretty hard too, as he says, which, he kind of remembers, in which he does have a flashback from Hiei's mind of Kurobara's, funeral, which he does say that's, sad and all, but life goes on, right? And he says agreed. So, after that, they, go on. Alright, sorry, but yeah. So, Kurama and Deku walk along, they talk about, just stuff in general, how their world is different from each other's. And Deku agrees. And that, they go into a calf. Just a normal calf. They sit down. Deku gets, well, let's just say this calf he's sort of heard about, so he heard about their, delicious dessert that they usually have, their, cake. I don't know, just like some vanilla flavored cake with strawberry frosting and strawberries on it. I don't know. That just popped in my head what I thought like their special would be. And tea. And that's what Kurama gets is tea too. And just the same thing. So they're both eating it, and Deku notices somebody that he knows. Well, Deku knows somebody from UA. And it's Nejire and her friends. Deku just eating the cake, and he, then after like eating some of it, he just started drinking his tea, And Kurama says, "You've been staring that direction for a while now. Do you know that girl? The one with the blue hair and such?" As Deku says, "Yeah, that's Nejire. I recently met her. We're not together, since I technically went through a breakup not too long ago. I'm gonna take my time with it, at least, try and find a girlfriend. But I got two people in mind." And Kurama eyebrow, he has an eyebrow raised, and he goes like, "Two already? Well then, that's impressive, Izuku." And just then, like, Nejire felt like she knew somebody, like somebody was watching her for a few minutes, but then just stopped as she looked in the direction that she thought. She, felt the stare coming from. She sees Izuku. So she tells her friend she's gonna be right back as she goes over and she just like says, "Izuku, hi." He goes, "Hey, what's up?" She goes, "Not much. Who is this?" He goes, "An old friend of mine, Kurama." Kurama? Well, wait, hold on. He says Shutsui Kurama. This is Nejire. I don't know her last name, and then I don't think I can pronounce it, but so I'm saying Nejire. As he goes, "Hello there. How has he been? Has he been in pain?" He just asked bluntly, and Deku just says, why, Shutsui, why?" He just starts laughing. He goes, "Sorry, it's an old habit of mine." And Nejire says, "No, I mean, I just met him a couple weeks ago, and we just started, texting yesterday. So he hasn't been in pain at all." And he says, "That's good." And he does ask, though, "Have you heard the signs of those people have been dying?" Nejire nods, says, "Those villains have become more ruthless than..." Deku just says, "Villains aren't that ruthless. People who are ruthless are demons. Humans can be that way too. But those aren't attacks by normal humans. They're something else. And the police can't handle them. So, what do you think is gonna happen? More people are gonna die. Right, Nejire?" As he looks over at her, and she can tell that Deku knows something, but she's too afraid to even ask. She goes, "Right, and how do you, I mean, what do you think the real reason is?" He goes, "Something new was around town, and I don't know what it is, but if I were you, I wouldn't go out at night." As he, basically pulls out his phone and he checks the time, it's only like 1:30. It just tells her, you should probably, you and your friends should, don't, you should, guys shouldn't, stay out until, hold on. Alright. So, he tells her she really shouldn't stay out so late. And, her friends shouldn't, so that's only for new advice. As she says, "Thank you, I'll let them know." And she says, "Bye." And Deku just says, to Kurama, says, "I think I messed up." And even though Deku was just, was being nice in his own way, Kurama does say that, don't worry, he usually has a hard time, expressing his emotions, and he does suck it the same way. So, don't worry. So, let's go over to Nejire a little bit, So, as she, comes back over to her friends are just saying, "So, who's that boy?" Is, one of them asking. And Nejire says, "Oh, it's just a friend I, met yesterday." Well, more like I met him a couple weeks ago, and I got his number yesterday, and we started texting. And, something like, "Ooh, is he gonna be your boyfriend or something?" And she goes, "No, he's a first year." Goes like, "Oh, so you're into younger guys?" As Nejire face goes, "No, no." And hey, what about, Mirio and Sun Eater? And she goes, they're just friends. I mean, we're, good friends and all, but they're not really my type. As, one of them says, so, like a boy single? As Nejire says, I think so. When I first met him, he was in a bad mood and all, and I don't know what it was. Yeah, I don't think I made Nejire know, so yeah, just everyone in like class 1A does that are girls. So she goes, well, if he is, do you mind if I date him? Nejire says, no! And right away, and that, Deku looked in that direction. And Nejire's looks over his direction and her face is going red. And she just says, I'm gonna go, guys. So yeah, they go, alright, see you, Nejire. She pays for her food and, pays for, well, they already paid for it, so yeah, she just leaves. So we're back to Deku's, perspective. And, after, I, said, Kurama said that, and they heard Nejire said no, as Deku was, what the? As, he looked over in her direction, and she looked over his, and her face goes red. And basically, she just leaves. So, Deku and Kurama just, go wow, weird, right? As Kurama says yes. Hold on. So, yeah. So, after, they finish, they, start, walking along. Kurama and, stops and he looks into the alleyway. As Deku knows that look all too well, he goes, you sensed something, huh? Kurama nods. He goes, a demon? So Kurama doesn't say nothing. As Deku just walks in, into that alleyway. And so does Kurama. When they walk in, they, it's quiet. So, they're just walking a little bit further until they turn a corner. They see about 3 demons, and Nejire is just cowering, basically trying to use their quirk and all, but it's not working on him. She's like, what are you, what type of villains are you? And they just look at, all demons just look at each other and just start laughing. And she goes, what's so funny? And they just say, villains? We're not villains, girl. We're demons. And we're here to kill you and, well, just kill you basically and take your soul or eat you. Well, one of them can take people's souls, and eat them. While the others will just eat her. As this just pissed off Deku a little bit. Kurama, just says, we gotta wait. Just wait, as Deku just looks at him and goes really? Still on that crap? As Kurama says, alright. How would you? As Deku just pulls out his sword, just jumps onto the wall. They were basically, they were on the left side. He jumps over to the right side onto the in the corner, then just jumps basically towards them. And all of a sudden, he just has that sword on fire, and just slices one of them right through, basically right through. As Nejire sees him, but he also has the third eye. As in, he just looks at the guy, and basically just uses telekinesis to throw the guy away. As in, one of them is about to hit him, as then Kurama throws a rose at the guy, hitting him in the neck. As then, Deku just slices the guy in half, basically. And then while the other one gets up, Kurama has a thorn whip, and then he just wraps it around, and basically, Deku just finishes him off. And then he just burns all the bodies right then and there. As Nejire just sees him, she sees the black fire, all around her, and just Deku just standing in the middle of everything. She's terrified of this, but at the same time, her face is going red, and she doesn't know if she's in love with him or terrified. As Deku just looks at, Nejire puts away his sword, basically, goes over to her and just grabs her, holds her by her chin, and just looks at her neck and check to see if there's any marks. So he doesn't do anything else besides that, but then lift up her arms and move her sleeve up a little bit on both sides, and she was wearing let's say just some jeans. So he just brings up the pants leg, yeah, then just near the ankle, just past it up, just to see if there's any marks, and he doesn't see nothing. He goes, what a relief. And Kurama, does say, yes, it looks like she wasn't hurt too. She wasn't hurt at all. Or even got scratched. It was just the debris that was around. And as Deku just sees it, some stuff that's on the ground and such. And she goes, what are they? They said we're demons. That ain't true, right, Izuku? And Deku just looks at her and goes you won't remember anything of this. She goes, what? As if then a white light flashes right in front of her. Which was, Deku using the Jigan Eye to basically erase her memory of this. As Deku then just, picks her up, and her stuff, and he just says, okay, so where are we gonna find, where are we gonna, do? Kurama says, well, he can't stay here any longer. He already completed what he came here to do, was to kill that demon from earlier. He goes, okay, so you're just gonna leave me here, with her? And he goes, yes, that's one of the girls you like, don't you? As he goes, yeah. Alright, I got ya. I get what you mean. So, him and Deku, Kurama, him, while he's holding Nejire, carrying her bridal style just out of the alleyway. And people are just wondering what happened. So one of them comes up and says, what happened to her? He goes, I just found her passed out. Actually, she was passed out, but there was some guys there, but they were killed. And they were burned, their bodies were burned and such, and the guy who just, it was the ninja, the ninja of the city, all the black ninja was there. As he goes, what? He goes, yeah, I mean, I don't know why he left her alive, but he just saved her and all, and he told me me and my friend here to, take her to her home or to the police or what we think, so we're just gonna take her home. As they oh, alright, so yeah. So Deku, carries her along Kurama, him and Kurama says, don't we meet again, basically, and Deku just nods, says, of course. So, after that, Deku walks to Nejire's house because he found out where she lived by her. He basically called one of her friends up with her phone. Let's say her phone was on. No, let's say her phone wasn't broken at all, and just he just was able to get in it because it's one of those thumbprint ones. And he does say while he was doing that, saying, sorry, Nejire, I don't know where you live, so he basically called up a friend and saying, Nejire, what's up? And he goes, this is Izuku. Nejire passed out, and because of some guy in a black ninja outfit saved her from a group of guys. And, well, I don't know where she lives. So, can you, just tell me the address real quick? So they just says, alright. So they give him the address, he says thanks, and one of them, the friend that's, on the phone says, so, are you her boyfriend? And Deku just says, at the moment, no. And I'm not in the mood for a relationship right now. And they just say,
why? I mean, did some girl break up with you? He goes, worse. And then, like, the girl just got silent, just said, cheated? He goes, yeah. Hung up. And, like, the friends, like, listened. They go, like, how? He was cheated on. They didn't, like, so they just, like, were, like, still in the caf and they were just, like, quiet. Like, they were all, like, happy now, and then, like, they saw Deku and they thought, like, he was, like, one of them thought he was pretty cute, and everyone did, like, think, like, though, like, he could, like, get any girl he want. So they heard, like, he was cheated on. That just, like, hurt them a little bit. So, and they're all third years, so, well, one of them was a couple of them are third years. There was, like, Nejire had, like, she was with, like, four of her friends, so, like, two third years, one fourth year, and one first year. So yeah. So Deku, puts in that address though onto his phone, and he just starts getting there. Walking over there. And by the time Deku's near her house, Nejire wakes up. And she's like, what the? And she just sees like she's being carried, and she looks, and it's Izuku. She goes, Izuku, you're carrying me. He goes, yeah, we're attacked by some goons. The Black Ninja came, saved your life. Did his usual MO, and just told me to bring you home, and I didn't know where you were, so I went into your phone, called your friend, asked for your phone number. Well, not your phone number. I asked for your house number, house address, and everything else, and they gave me it, and they did ask me like, am I dating you? I said no, not yet, and I'm not and right now at the moment I don't want to have a girlfriend. As they asked the reason why, and I told them. And Nejire just says, I'm sorry for about my friends, and can you put me down? He goes, oh, sure, sorry. So he puts her down, and he goes, it's alright about your friends, though. They didn't know. Well, the girl who I was talking to didn't know. So I just told her. It's over and done with, I don't mind, he says. But, she's curious too, and definitely, like, is reading her mind right now. Here I had, like, the headband back on his head. He just tells her, I was cheated on by my girlfriend on my 3rd year anniversary of, us dating. And Nejire's face, like, she stopped in place, and she was in shock by this. And he just says, I know, right? 3-year anniversary of us being together. And she just cheats on me. What a life. Anyways, is this your stop? And she goes, yes, actually. Thanks. And he goes, no problem. I'll see you in school, Monday. So, Deku's walking away. Nejire just was about to, like, open up the gate to her house. And then she just says, and she just calls Izuku's name. And he just says, yeah. Like, he turned around and said, like, yeah, what is it? She runs up to him and kisses on the cheek and just says, don't let this, your ex-girlfriend get to you. You'll find someone else. And maybe it could be me? As she said that with her face being red, and Dex just laughs. He goes, I really was thinking about that. And he just walked away while saying that. And Nejire's face was, like, red. Now it's just, like, it was, like, light red, blush white, and now her, like, whole entire face is red. And then, Deku just, the body flickers away. So, yeah, I just thought I should put that in. So, after that, Deku, goes home. And, he tells him he did a good job. Now do some more training at least, just so you can just like rest for the next couple hours or so. As Deku says, all right. So that's all he did Saturday. Sunday he just stayed at home really. Then Monday, school. So I'm gonna say Deku does not go to the cafeteria because this is like the USJ. No. A week later, Deku, basically has trained a lot more, so he's physically stronger and faster now. And so, him and Jiro having getting close in class, Baku has been talking to. He likes, Jiro as a friend, and he does like always nudge Deku just to try to flirt with her a little bit. And Deku just doesn't do nothing. Jiro does ask him why doesn't he not show his emotions much. And Deku just says there's a consequence. There's basically a reason why I don't show them. It's somewhat tied. You could say it might have been tied to my emotions, but at the same time, I didn't take a chance. But actually, over time, I did became. Well, I did act like I was emotionless. So, he just says that's the only reason I can come up with. She goes, oh, okay. So, yeah. So, anyways, the whole entire class representative does happen, but it was Ida this time, and Momo, and like in canon, Deku does not go to the cafeteria. He goes somewhere else, and Jiro, basically just follows him. So he goes to he goes to basically the library, and he just starts reading. He wasn't really hungry at all, so that's the only reason why he's here. Which surprised Jiro. So she goes over to him and just asks why is he in the library, just start reading a book. He just says, well, one, I wasn't hungry, and two, I don't know, I just had a feeling about something, so I just didn't go. She does ask though, could she mind, reading the book with him? He says not at all. So, they're in the class, they're in the library just reading a book together. And the sirens do go off. But there was not that many people in there, just her, like the librarian, Deku, and Jiro. So, yeah, they do start, like, looking at the teacher and just asking. She said it could be a villain attack, it could be something else. So, just stay in here and, basically, like, the door, gets locked down. So, they're in the library for about, 30 minutes or so. And then the lockdown's, like, over. It was just, like, an announcement. She says, alright, it looks like it's done, so you can go back to your class now since lunch is over. Deku says, alright, So both him and Jiro leave. And, they get to the classroom. They ask what happened. Well, Jiro does. Baku just says it was just stupid reporters. As, well, they got in somehow, which Deku just kind of stares at them. And he goes like, okay, so people with no quirks, gone to UA. Wow. So he just walks out, which Baku just says, where are you going? He goes, to Nezu. So that's what happens. And Deku goes to Nezu. Like, there's a few teachers there, as Deku just says, alright, listen up everyone. I need you all to understand what I'm about to say. And like hiei just told Deku, like, because of this, like while he was walking, says, just tell them the freaking truth. I'm getting tired of them saying like, oh, these are like villains and such. Just basically like that. As Deku just says, I know, so am I. So he just like one of the hero, like the pro heroes that are in the school, basically teaching. Look at him, goes like, "What are you doing? Are you supposed to be in class?" Aizawa like just looking at him, goes like, "Kid, problem child, what are you doing?" He goes like, "Okay, Mr. Aizawa, can you just shut it for a couple minutes so I can explain something?" Aizawa just does, cause well, he just wants to hear what he has to say, and Deku really never causes any problems. So he's wondering what's gonna happen. So basically, Deku just says, "All right, it's kind of weird that basically a door that was supposed to prevent anyone from breaking into the school just suddenly isn't like, well, I'm just making an assumption, isn't there or is broken. As Aizawa says, it's not there. It was, huh? All right, so what do you guys think it was?" As Nezu says, "We do not know yet, but we do believe it's a strange occurrence that happened." As Deku just says, "Yeah, a villain attack." Like, what? Nezu says, and he goes, "Listen, Nezu, I know you're smart and all, but put the pieces together. Reporters, climb around because All Might's here. Then, the door gets somehow destroyed. Reporters come in. What does that equal?" As Nezu did put it together, and he says, "A diversion." He goes, "Yes." So somebody must have came in here and took something. Like files or records or something important. As Nezu agrees to that. And he says, "Oh yeah, those people who've been dying, well, quote, as he says, people in quotation marks, like with his fingers." As Nezu says, "Yes, their signatures don't match up with humans, but they they somewhat look human." As Deku says, "No, they're not. They're demons." And you're like, "How did you?" And it's just then Deku just basically just fire, boom, hiei appears, and then he just says, "All right, listen here, everyone. My name is Hiei. I'm a demon, a fire and ice demon child. Basically, my father was a fire demon, my mom was an ice demon. They had me. So listen up. All right, those aren't humans that have been dying. Well, the ones who have been killing people, they are the ones that are basically from where I come from." As then he explains to all of them, as Nezu is pretty shocked by this, along with everyone else, and All Might too, because he's there. As he goes, "So listen, you can't do anything. Your quirks may be strong, but hey, demons are stronger than humans. No matter where dimensional world they are. So, yeah, you got a problem with that?" Nezu says, "Well, if you are saying it's true, it would explain why some heroes' quirks don't work against them." As he says, "No, correction, all quirks don't work against them." As Deku says, "Yeah, because I'm the only one that can kill them." As Nezu says, "Wait, kill them? We have to, give them a trial and all." And basically, he just says, for smart, for the smartest person in the world, you should probably really think about this. Different people from different dimensions, they don't give a crap about this world. This world whirls. So that's what he says to him, as then he just disappears. As Nezu comes to understand this, as he goes, "All right, so you're the only one that can take them on." He goes, "Yeah." He asks, "Have you been doing it?" "For years now, and I usually never have to use my quirk." Well, not really, but So after that discussion, they understand now fully. So yeah, and hold on everyone. Alright, so, after that, Deku goes back to class. Baku asks, what did you do or tell them? He just says, oh, I just told them about how it's weird how, people got in and such. And, I basically told them and called Nezu stupid, as everyone knows who Nezu is. So they're like, wait, you called him stupid? He goes like, yeah, he couldn't figure out it was a diversion. Basically a tactic that people mostly do. So, yeah. As Jiro's amazed by this, even Araka's thinking to herself, like, how is he so sure? Like, what makes him so, like, smart? She's, like, a little bit upset now that, Deku's, like, showing, like, who he really is, but he still has that calm, so, like, demeanor where he doesn't like showing his emotions. And Jiro just, like, says, well, if it's true, then, and everything. So, yeah. So, a couple hours passed. Nezu and the teachers went to, like, the file rooms and, search the computer to see if anything was copied or stolen. Yeah, files on the USJ, like, roster of teachers, and, like, the other plans, so they realized. Sorry about that. They realized that the students are in danger, so they're gonna have a little bit more security there. They're gonna have Snipe and Vlad. So yeah, class 1B teacher. So they get a free period. And Vlad just can't tell them, but he just said something happened, and the reason why he's there is because of the security alarm. They believe something was stolen that has the class, class 1A, what they're going to do it today in the afternoon. So I'm going to be there, and you have a substitute or a free period. So, yeah. So basically, the afternoon, the hotel USJ thing, everyone gets on the bus. He complains about because no one's sitting where he wants them to sit. Well, he kind of does, but at the same time he says, doesn't matter to me no more. They can do whatever they want. Which, kind of surprised Deku. So everyone talks about their quirks and all that, and Deku, then Tsuyu says about his quirk is very different. He just says, yeah, I know. It's awesome. And she just says, yeah, but what's with the bandage around your head? And he goes, oh, that's to hide something. And they're like, what? He goes, oh, it's just something that no one needs to know about but me. And maybe my future girlfriend. Well, a girlfriend that may have. And she said, and Suyu just says, so which girl would you date out of anyone in this, in the class? And Deku just looks, at all the girls. He says, well, there's one girl in this school that I may date, but she's in a third year. Which all the guys and girls are in shocked, including Uraraka. And then he says, and there's another girl I want, date, and it's in this class, but I ain't gonna say. As he has a little grin on his face. And, Mita says, come on, tell us. He goes, nah, I don't feel like it. As, basically, he just, like, the Jigon eyes basically open as he reading them, like, their minds. Mina saying, I hope it's me. And, Momo just saying, I wonder who it is. Tsuyu was just saying, like, I bet it's Chiro. And the Visible Girl just thinks, I wonder if it could be Jiro, and who's the third year? So, Deku kind of looks at Jiro and he goes, what's wrong? She basically, has a face that she's pouting. She goes like, can you at least tell me? She's giving like the puppy dog look, and Deku just says, maybe I can. And then she goes, really? He goes like, yeah, for a date. She goes, what? And he goes, yeah, you and me, date. Which her face is going bright red, and he goes, along with the other girl. She goes, wait, what? He goes, yeah. I want you two to meet, and well, I want to tell you guys, that. Well, I want to tell you guys something, so I just figured it's better if I just say to both of you instead of separate. So after school, she just says, "Sure." And Deku gets out his phone, just texts Nejire, just saying that to her, and he knows like when she has like a free period. So she says she'll love to meet the another friend of his. So yeah. So after that, they get off the bus and 13 does her stuff. The whole entire like Karagiri, Shigaraki. I'm just giving this same old routine for right now. Same thing happens. They go on the boat. Deku, doesn't really have any problems in the water, I would believe. No. Deku kind of does, but he's able to get out there with the help of Suyu. He says thanks. She has no problem. And Deku just says, "Hey, can you, how high can you jump?" She goes, "I can jump pretty high." I think, yeah, Meneda's in here. He says about his balls can be used as traps. So, Deku just gets on the railing and he goes, "Alright." And then his hand, like, has a black flame on it. And then he just shoots down 10 fireballs. As when they go into the water, they just start like heating it up. As then Deku just says, "All right, let's go." As then he just jumps as high as he can, well as far as he can, along with Suyu and Mineta. Mineta does almost similar to what he's about to do, well in canon, but he remembers what Deku nearly did to him, so he's like, "Nope." So yeah, so they get out of the way, and also Mineta was throwing his like sticky balls basically. And well, Aizawa still gets hurt, but they got there a little bit sooner, so he's just starting to get hurt. So yeah, and Deku just says to Suyu and Mineta, go like, "Just stay here. I got this." He just takes off the robe and just a ripped shirt, and that's it. Well, the ripped shirt, his pants and his shoes, and he just started walking. Shigaraki sees him. He's just running towards him, as then all of a sudden Deku just disappears, and he just needs Shigaraki right in the stomach, sending him flying. Which Nomu sees it. He runs over to Deku, tries to throw a punch, as Deku just dodges it and just punches, slices the head off. Well, not the head, the arm off the Nomu, as then it just starts regenerating. As Deku just smiles, go like, "Alright, creature, let's have some fun." As they start, fighting, Deku, putting away the sword mid-combat, just starts punching the Nomu, as it's doing something, but it's not by much, as Deku notices. So, what he does is, he just keeps fighting the Nomu. Like, he has a sword out, he keeps on cutting it, he keeps on regenerating it, he just keeps on doing everything somewhat similar to normal. As then he just says, "This ain't getting us nowhere," as Deku says, "I know." So, as he just jumps backwards, and they were like wondering what he's doing, but Shigaraki says, "Nomu, kill him!" Basically, the whole entire thing again. As the Nomu just does start running towards him, as then he just says, Deku says one thing. "Fist to the mortal flame!" Well, I'm not gonna end it. So basically, he punches the Nomu right in the heart. Nothing like it doesn't like stay dead for long. So it grabs Deku, starts beating him, like having him going side to side, throwing him, grabbing his face, and just slamming it to the ground, which it just hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt a lot. As Deku just says, "I'm done with this thing," and then all of a sudden Deku's like he opens up his eye, and then it's just like the bandana, the bandage was starting to like burn off, as then Deku just grabs his arm and just breaks it, kicks him like off of him, which surprised like Kirigiri and Shigaraki. And then Deku just says, "Let's end your miserable life, creature." As then he basically says, Shigaraki spilled the beans saying that it was made to kill All Might. It has like more than one quirk. It has shock absorption and regeneration. As then Deku just says, "Wow,
What an idiot. So, as the flames around Deku's hand, he just says, you know, darkness of the dragon, flame! And then, shoots it out. Basically at the Nomu. The Nomu is able to grab the darkness, dragon's teeth and all, but it is sent flying. As long as, hands get burned as it, the dragon, goes right into the Nomu, killing it. Basically disintegrating the body. Shigaraki's pissed. He's saying, that brat, I want him dead. So he starts running over to Deku. Deku does have his sword out. Well, no, he does have his sword out. He took it back out mid battle. As when Shigaraki tries to grab Deku, Deku just slices off one of his hands and a foot. He goes, wow, that's pretty pathetic. So Kirigiri understands the situation. So he warps him out of there. He warps Shigaraki out, and with his hand and his foot. So yeah. Then All Might appears, and he says, never fear, for I am here? All the villains saw what Deku did to the Nomu and went to Shigaraki. They just all say, we surrender, with all their hands up in the air. So, with the extra help though, there were less villains, and they did try to take down the Nomu, but it was they couldn't. So Vlad was a little bit hurt, along with Aizawa being a little bit hurt, and Snipe's all right. His bullets were doing nothing, so he just said he'll keep long range, to the goons and all that. So that's it. So yeah. So after that, All Might congratulate Deku as equaling the pro heroes. Congratulate him, and so yeah. Also, I think I made Shinso in it, so Shinso was able to mind control some of the guys that were near him. Wait, no, 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 no. No, Mineta was not there. Mineta was not there. Okay, scratch them the whole time. Mineta thing. It was Shinso. Shinso was with the boat. He had to mind control some of the guys as they go out and walk over to the door and such, just waiting me capture and such, and the whole entire Deku go and fight the Nomu. That does happen, but yeah. So that's where I'm gonna leave it off, everyone, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a good night, day, wherever you guys are. Alright, bye everyone.